Okay. That one's for you, Jason. What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. There's a reason why I just moved the shirt there, because Jason, a great fan that I met last night with his wife, last night, said it scares him because he's worried about the shirt catching fire. Now, the shirt actually sits out further. This is kind of sitting back, so it's not like they were that close. So it probably does look like it would catch fire. But then again, we don't really want to take a chance, even though this is all plaster and bricks. Still don't want to try and catch a fire here in the place. So I'm back here at the red brick house. I'm not sitting outside in the cold doing my fireside chat, but at some point I'm going to start doing those outside. The only problem is I have to actually, I've got one of the solo stoves, so actually got to get wood in there and get it started so it's like a real fire, and then you can't just like let it go out like this where it goes out once it's right up fuel. It's kind of a little bit, okay, I'm sorry, I digress. So I have been wondering, waiting to see what is the effect going to be with Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons, of course, he's the main thing we got on defense. We saw the difference of Micah Parsons after he came back from injury for the defense. The defense started trending the right way. As Micah Parsons goes, that defense goes. So we want to make sure that we get Micah Parsons feasting. The lion gets the lion's share. So we hadn't heard anything in the 2 weeks since Brian Schottenheimer has become head coach of the Cowboys. He's had a couple of his podcasts that have gone on, and we hadn't heard anything from Micah Parsons about the coaching change or anything like that. Now, of course, everybody's at the Super Bowl. You've got the extra press opportunities and stuff. And so Micah is not opening up on his podcast. He's opening up on others. And so here's what we actually heard some today. We heard Micah Parsons basically being asked about, if the Cowboys had gotten Derrick Henry, how the season would have worked out. And he basically said, I'm summarizing, but basically, we were so bad that Derrick Henry wouldn't have helped. He just wouldn't have. It was just too many things went wrong. And for Derrick Henry, it would have been bad for him. As he put it, it would have been like him being back in Tennessee. That, Derrick Henry was fortunate to be there at Baltimore with Lamar Jackson and things, getting close to 2,000 yards, and then it was great for him to be able to do that. So then he goes on to another interview, and he actually talks about his situation currently and says he has actually talked to Matt Everfuss. They've at least had conversations. That's good. He didn't say if it was good or was bad or anything like that. I'll say that it seemed like when we first heard Micah last year with Mike Zimmer, it was kind of like, I'm used to doing things my own way, and Zim's going to have to bend. And, it was kind of like he was talking like he was the king shit on the block. And, I'm a diva, so to speak. And it was also interesting that last year, Micah Parsons with CJ Stroud and everything else, they did their whole world tour. He's sumo wrestling in Japan and all that stuff and things, and not showing up for the voluntary workouts and things, and saying that he's got to get his body right in his own way and heal and this, that, and the other, and not be there until it was absolutely mandatory. And when you're Micah Parsons and you've had over 50 sacks to start your career and double-digit sacks every year, you kind of get a little bit more leeway than most players do. Forgive me for yawning, I'm sorry. It's been a long day. I woke up at like 4:30 and couldn't go back to sleep. But be that as it may, that's not your problem. I guess it is, because I'm yawning in your face. Don't mean to do that. Be that as it may, on Schottenheimer, he's basically said, I don't really know Schottenheimer. And that's where we'll have to spend some time to get to know him. Yeah. And that's it. That's it. I wish there was more, but that's it. At least they've had conversations. That's the first step. And this is kind of like the players' chance to kind of catch their breath. And of course, relax, watch the Super Bowl, be mad that they're not there, be there at the Super Bowl, hang out, do interviews, network, get your next gig on and things like that. It's what you do right now. Because come Sunday, that's it. Season's over. Although the league year starts on the 15th, so there's that. For me, I'll be real with you. I'll be real with you. I have not been thinking about the Super Bowl at all. I've been actually kind of dreading the Super Bowl this year. It's not that you know what, I'm going to say, as much as I hate the Philadelphia Eagles, as much as I hate the Philadelphia Eagles, I'm going to say I'm happy for their fans. I'm happy that their fans get the opportunity to watch their team on the biggest stage, for them. I don't like it. I don't like it. I wish that was, I'll be real. I'm jealous. I wish that was my team. I have seen so many teams in the last 30 years, teams that were always losers, that you always said, look at the Cardinals. They've been to the Super Bowl. The Rams that couldn't. Tampa Bay literally was the laughingstock with the creamsicles, although I did like the creamsicles, because I like creamsicles growing up. They went up, had a historically incredible defense, won the Super Bowl, became the laughingstock again, and won the Super Bowl again. How crazy is that? How crazy is it that the Carolina Panthers went to the Super Bowl twice? Seattle Seahawks, that they went to the Super Bowl. That the New England Patriots were a joke for all those years. And they had a whole dynasty. A whole freaking dynasty since we've been there. I don't want to deal with the Super Bowl, because the Super Bowl, as great as it is for Kansas City and the Eagles, it's the polar opposite for us Cowboy fans to realize how big a failure we are. And that's why I haven't thought about the Super Bowl. And in a way, I guess I'm happy that I'm here and can't be home to have a Super Bowl party. Man, it sucks. The last game of the year, and you just don't want to watch. Well, it's going to be what it's going to be. And if the Eagles win, it will be an extremely long off season for me and the Cowboys. Remember, good people, tell the people you love how much you love them. You might not get the chance again, but I love you guys. And God willing, we'll all see each other tomorrow. Peace out.